Welcome to all Caribbean entrepreneurs. If you've been ready and waiting to take your business digital and get paid online while you sip something strong on the beach, this podcast is for you. We'll hear from the Caribbean's finest entrepreneurs on topics like e-commerce, business development, brand building, social media, their wins and failures. This is the only place in the region helping you navigate the digital age from the Caribbean's perspective. This is Digipreneur FM. And now, let's give it up for the Digiboss himself, Mr. Karan Rose.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Digipreneur FM podcast. And as usual, it is your boy, Mr. Karan Rose. Roar! The sound of applause. The crowd is roaring. Don't mind me. DJ, please fade us out. Fade us out, DJ. Wonderful. How are you lovely people doing today? February 9th, episode number 61. We got a goodie today. Today's episode is going to be diving into one of the most asked questions. It's also a question that has left people confused because there's almost no information online across the Caribbean region. And today's episode is going to be diving into, or we're going to be answering. It's not too much of a, it's not too much of an in-depth topic. But we're going to be answering the question of how to get paid with Shopify here in the Caribbean. So if trying to use Shopify is something that you've wanted to do, but you were a bit unclear as to how to go about getting paid on the platform, then this is going to be an episode for you. All right, now let's dive into it. So the name Shopify is pretty synonymous at this point with e-commerce, especially product e-commerce. And for most Caribbean folks, when they think of launching a product-based business, the first platform that comes to mind is Shopify. It's a dedicated e-commerce platform, and it is designed to help you build your own online store without the need or worry for tech skills to be able to use. And it's also one of the top platforms that you could use if you are looking to start a drop shipping business, as they offer a wide variety of integrations to some of the biggest dropshipping partners in the world. They make it super easy to connect to their databases. Listen, the platform is feature-packed and tailor-made for e-commerce, but we're not going to be diving into the features of Shopify. We're going to be talking about how to get you paid on the platform. Since you guys know me by now, I don't want to talk about platforms if you cannot get paid on it, right? People will come to me and ask me about this platform, that platform, this platform. And while everything sounds good, listen, I don't need convincing about what platforms are good. If I've tried it, man, listen, I keep it simple. Can I get paid? Yes or no? Remember, I am in the space of online business. I'm not just blogging for fun. If you are just creating content, if you're just blogging, by all means, you could knock yourself out and use any platform you choose. I care not. Use any platform you choose. There are tons of great platforms to use for a wide variety of reasons. However, the number one issue that happens is that people pick a platform for whatever their reason is. They sign up, they pay their fees, they buy their domains, they spend months, or maybe they got a developer, they spend thousands of dollars building this platform, and then only when the platform is completely built months later, thousands of dollars later, they then realize, oh crap, I can't get paid. Wait a minute. I can use PayPal. Wait a minute. I can't receive the money that has been deposited to my PayPal account, and now the money is stuck in PayPal. Oh my God, what am I going to do? Mr. Rose, can you help? I can't help. I can't help because the majority of Caribbean islands don't have access to withdrawing the funds from PayPal. And then even if you do, PayPal still has the right to not give you specifically access to withdraw those funds, or they can put you on a mandatory 30-day hold and only deposit the funds, once on the first of every single month. And I mean, cash flow is the blood of every business. And a lot of us, especially the small businesses, can't wait 30 days to get their funds, right? So that's a big predicament. So again, I digress. If I cannot get paid on the platform through a Caribbean payment gateway, I'm usually not interested in the platform, right? Now, Shopify is a platform where we do have ways to get paid on the platform in the Caribbean. But again, the information is very scarce online. Trying to go and find the information online, it's almost impossible. It almost doesn't exist, right? At least not even a streamlined process of what you need, because there are a few things that you need in order to get paid from Shopify on the platform, all right? Now, in saying all of that, there are tools that we use that analyze the websites and what technology that they use. And we can also segment, what websites are using what platforms in a specific country, right? And I got a little bit of data for you. If you guys you guys might be interested, you might not, but I got a little data for you guys. So surprisingly, but not surprisingly, if you were to guess how many websites here in Trinidad and Tobago and also in Jamaica, if you were to guess how many websites are utilizing Shopify in those two countries, what would you guess? Right? Think of the population. Trinidad and Tobago has a population of like 1.5 million people. Jamaica, let me see. Jamaica population is almost 3 million people, 2.96 million people, right? So, in saying that, if you were to guess how many websites in Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica are using Shopify, how much would you guess? Would you guess 10,000 in Trinidad, 20,000 in Jamaica, or maybe 10,000 in Jamaica and 1,500 in Trinidad? What would you guys guess? Giving you guys 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Have your guess? All right. Let's see if you were close. In Trinidad and Tobago, there are 295 websites that are using Shopify as a platform here in sweet TNT. And in Yard, in Jamaica, in Jamrock, Jamdown, there are approximately 208 platforms using Shopify. My good. Wow. Were you close? Were you even in the vicinity? I know I wasn't. Actually, no. Like I said, surprisingly and not surprisingly, I'm surprised because Shopify is such a big platform. And because the pandemic has hit and more businesses are going online, I thought, I thought it would have been more, but then not surprisingly, because payments on Shopify have been a deal breaker for most companies that are looking to get online. Like I said, if I can't get paid, and remember, the people that are typically listening to this podcast are business owners, right? So if I cannot get paid on the platform, do not talk to me about the platform, right? I'd go and find something that I can get paid from and learn how to use that platform and make it work. And remember, in future, if new platforms open up or if new mechanisms for us to get paid on platforms that we want, if they open up, you can always switch. You can always migrate and use another platform in time. But right now, use what you have. Learn about all the things you have access to, learn how to use it, and don't make it an excuse. Right? So when I talk about WordPress, it's not because, I care about WordPress being the end all be all. No, I promote and I talk about WordPress because it's the one platform that connects to every single Caribbean payment gateway, and you can also connect it easily to Stripe or PayPal. No problem. If you decide to go the route of registering your business in the US or another country, to gain access to Stripe or to gain access to PayPal, and you want to use those payment gateways on your platform, knock yourself out, right? But WordPress is going to integrate with those. It's going to integrate with our Caribbean payment gateways, and you can be versatile, right? You have the flexibility. All right, so now, as I said, one of the reasons why these numbers are lower due to the payment options. Getting paid on Shopify is something that most people do not know how to do. And pulling up a few websites here in Trinidad and in Jamaica, some of the businesses that offered credit cards, but most did not make this option available and instead opted to allow for cash on delivery, bank deposit. I've even seen some websites taking credit card payments over the phone. But the majority of websites that I visited that are using Shopify did not offer the option to pay with a credit card. So hopefully this information can change that and point you in the direction of what you're going to need in order to start taking payments for credit cards. Because remember, you're going to have people who want to purchase your products from different parts of the world that are not going to be able to do a bank deposit, or they're not going to feel comfortable calling you because maybe they're shopping at 2:00 in the morning. They're not going to want to call you to give you that credit card information over the phone, right? And then there's also the security factor for both sides. I am not giving my credit card over the phone to any business, all right? And secondly, remember, these payment gateways, as a business owner, these payment gateways have tons of security measures and mechanisms in place to verify these credit card details so that, you're not getting scammed and whatnot, right? So again, it's just safety from all sides. I wouldn't give my credit card information over the phone as a customer. And for businesses, again, you kind of just want to make sure that your things are going through the proper channels. Now, I mean, granted, if you're processing payments, it has to go through something that's going to process the payment. Whether you're putting it in through, point of sale terminal that allows you for manual entry of the credit card number, or you are using something like you're using a payment gateway and you're just kind of punching the numbers. I mean, everything is going to have its own security measures, but again, I guess it's more for customer safety. Like, as a customer, I don't want to give my credit card over the phone. I'd rather just kind of punch it in. I don't know who else is listening to the conversation, right? Anyways, I digress. So to get paid on PayPal, let us dive into it, right? So step one, and again, this information is for anybody across the Caribbean. Anybody across the Caribbean, this is how you're going to get paid on Shopify with the Caribbean Payment Gateway. So the gateway that we're going to be talking about is First Atlantic Commerce. So you guys can actually go on First Atlantic Commerce's website and you can see all of the countries that they operate in. And once you see your Caribbean island on their list, then you're going to be able to use this method to get paid with Shopify. All right. Step one, you need a merchant account. A merchant account, also, it could be referred to as an e-commerce account, but it's most commonly known as the merchant account from your bank. You need a merchant account from your bank. So wherever your business is registered, whatever bank you have your business registered with, you're going to go call them up and ask them about their merchant accounts, right? So once you do that, then there are going to be fees associated with these accounts, and it varies for every single bank. I could only give you the figures for the accounts here in Trinidad and Tobago, but no matter what island you are listening to this podcast from, you can get those numbers when you call your bank and speak to your business team or your business representative about the fees for the merchant accounts. All right. So for Trinidad and Tobago, the fees for the merchant accounts are as follows. For one, if you're going to go for Scotiabank charges you $200 US a month and 25 cents per transaction, and you negotiate the credit card fees. And those credit card fees are anywhere from 3 to 5% per transaction. So that's $200 US a month you have to pay for the merchant account, 25 cents per transaction, and you negotiate the fee, which is typically between 3 to 5%. Right, per transaction of the value of the purchase. Next is Republic Bank. Republic Bank charges $75 US a month, 50 cents per transaction, and you again negotiate your fee. It's between 3 to 5%. Royal Bank charges $150 US a month, 50 cents per transaction, and 3% for that credit card processing fee per transaction. If you were to go over to CIBC is a bit more difficult. They want you to have $300,000 in capital, and then they're going to charge you 15 cents per transaction and 4% per monthly, 4% as a transaction fee. And I'm not 100% sure on what their monthly fee is. That has changed. If you were to go to CIBC, they'd tell you what the monthly fee is going to be. But that is, the rough estimates for CIBC, right? But that big thing is that they want you to have $300,000 in capital before you even have a conversation with them about opening up a merchant account, all right? So remember, these are the fees for the merchant accounts. That's just for the bank account. You still have to pay your Shopify fees on top of that, all right? So those merchant account fees have nothing to do with Shopify. You still have to take out your Shopify subscription, and Shopify e-commerce starts at $30 US a month, all right? The second step is to contact First Atlantic Commerce, and you must open up an account with them. It is mandatory that you have a merchant account because First Atlantic Commerce is just a technology to process your payments online, and they need to deposit those funds into the bank account, all right? However, you can contact FAC first, and they can help you get your merchant account set up in your country with your bank of choice. And you could do that if you prefer to deal with them directly and you don't feel like dealing with the bank directly. You could definitely reach out to First Atlantic Commerce. The CEO over there, Christopher Burns, has been he's been championing that for you guys to contact FAC, and they could help you guys get set up or put you in contact with the right people or a direct line to get your merchant account set up with your bank if you do want to go that route. Or if you're unsure about, again, contacting your bank or who your bank representative is, contact FAC and they will help you through that entire process. Step 3 is after you've opened a merchant account, then you've opened your First Atlantic Commerce account, you're then going to need a bridge to connect the First Atlantic Commerce gateway to your Shopify account. And that is provided by one of their partners called WebGold. And WebGold charges $279 US per year for the license to bridge your First Atlantic Commerce account to your Shopify account. All right. Once you complete all 3 steps, you would be able to get paid on Shopify from anywhere in the Caribbean that First Atlantic Commerce has a presence, and they are pretty much available to every single Caribbean island. All right. So that is the official way to get paid with credit cards here across the Caribbean. They are the official partners with Shopify for the Caribbean. All right. Now there is another way that has recently come out and has been brought to my attention. Now I do not know anybody that has used this. This is new. This is new information to me. I don't know anybody that has used this, but you guys can check them out. Feel free to reach out to them, ask all the questions that you want. And if you're comfortable, if you want to go test them out, feel free to go ahead and do that and let me know your experience, right? I'm telling you guys as a disclaimer, I haven't tried them. I haven't spoken to them. It was just brought to my attention. I'm giving it to you guys, and I'm kind of giving it to you guys because I'm hoping somebody tests it out and let me know about the entire experience, all right? So there is another company out of Jamaica that launched a plugin to connect your Shopify account to your WePay account. And they are called Wi-Fi, right? W-I-F-Y, Wi-Fi. They essentially redirect the users to a self-hosted WePay payment page to collect the payments and then redirect the users back to a completed page on Shopify. So like after they've placed their orders and checkout, it redirects to this self-hosted WePay page. They make their payments. It redirects them back into Shopify. All right. Now, you are going to need to have a WePay account. So this is only going to be available for the people who have an account with WePay, right? And this plugin is only available for Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, and Barbados, all right? So they charge $14 US per month for the plugin or $140 US per year. All right. So you would still have to take out a Shopify subscription starting at $30 a month. And then if you want to use this route, remember, WePay doesn't charge you a monthly fee. WePay charges you anywhere from 3 to 5%. You guys can go and check out, depending on your country. Go check out WePay Caribbean. Go learn about the fees that WePay charge per transaction. And then the Wi-Fi plugin is going to charge you either $14 a month or $140 US for the year. All right. So you guys can check them out at the WIFYplugin.com, and I'll post a link to their website in the show notes. And again, I haven't used them. That's my disclaimer, but you guys check them out. See if it works. You guys can let me know about the experience. All right. Whew. Now, this sounds like a lot. It sounds like a lot. I know there are people that took notes and they're like, cheese and bread. Oh, Lord, oh, remember, if you were going to get a brick and mortar store, now pay attention, right? If you were going to get a brick and mortar store, you would be spending a whole lot more money for a physical space. This is where you need to look at your break-even points. Understand how much money you need to make per month to cover your business expenses. Make sure your products and services are priced in a way to get you to profitability, right? Chalk this up to the cost of doing business. We have gotten so used to being able to sign up for free on social media that we scoff at paying for anything online that falls under the tools for our business. All right. So because we can register for social media for free and promote our businesses for free, you know, when it comes time to talking about websites and getting paid online, and people have to see, you know, that there's fees associated with getting paid and putting their business online. There are people that are just like, nah, I'm not going to do it. Let me just use Facebook, or let me just use Instagram. However, you are the product on those platforms, and it's a pay-to-play game on those platforms. And if you don't have a website, you're missing out on being Googleable, right? Remember, your social media content is not indexed by the search engine. So when people are jumping on Google and saying, "Hey, I have back pains. What is the rub I need to minimize my back pain?" If your products or your services aren't showing up because you don't have a website, then you're losing out on business, right? You're losing out on business. You're posting your businesses on social media, and you got to pay social media to promote your businesses because the organic reach on social media is almost non-existent unless you're on TikTok, and we already know most businesses in the Caribbean are not on TikTok, right? So I hope this episode it shines some light on the process of getting paid on using Shopify. Again, I know this has been such a big topic. People have wanted to Shopify for a wide variety of reasons, especially those who are looking to get into drop shipping and had no idea about, you know, how to get paid on the platform, right? So now you guys know those are the two areas to go about getting paid. You can either go the route of merchant accounts and First Atlantic Commerce, or you guys can check out the Wi-Fi plugin if you are in Trinidad, Jamaica, or Barbados. You guys can check those guys out, all right? And yeah, I hope this information helps you guys in your journey of using Shopify. If you are set on using Shopify, Shopify is a great platform, but you guys definitely want to learn how to get paid on the platform to properly maximize and grow your business, right? Remember, all of these fees, these are the costs of doing business. You guys can do this. Figure out how much money you need to run your business. That's all you have to do, right? That's all you have to do. Price your products to make sure that all of your business expenses are covered. If you had a brick and mortar store, you guys know it's a heck of a lot more money to open and run a brick and mortar store than it is to do an online business, all right? So I really do hope that this information helps. The pandemic is still raging on. Your business still needs to be online. Definitely take this opportunity to get your business online. Shopify is a great platform. Learn all about it. Jump on their website to learn about the different fees that you would need to run your Shopify platform. Check out the First Atlantic Commerce and the Wi-Fi plugin. I'm going to have those websites in the show notes. All right. So, follow me on social media, most active on LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok as well. I've been TikToking away these days. You guys can find me at Karen Rose at any social media platform. Feel free to visit KarenRose.com to learn more about building your digital presence and monetizing your platforms. Don't forget to subscribe to the digipreneur.fm website to ensure you never miss an episode of the podcast. That is it from me today, folks. Have yourself a wonderful rest of the week. Happy hump day. Take care.
You've been listening to the Digiboss, Karan Rose. We hope your notepad was filled after this episode. Make sure to like, rate, and review the show. The learning doesn't stop, folks. And to make sure you don't miss any gems from the Digiboss, go over and follow him on all social media platforms at Karan Rose. Folks, don't just sit there with a notepad. We need you to implement at least one thing into your business before the next episode. That's the only way your business levels up. Thanks for listening to Digipreneur FM. Now go be great.